Hi Aquarius, this is Kay. You're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. Hope you're doing well and I hope you had a great weekend. Lovely to be here with you guys today. Let's get started with what it is that Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit wants you to know. Aquarius. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, what is it that we should start off with here for Aquarius? Bliss. Well, that's wonderful. Bliss. You got all the comforts of home here. And, you know, your big pointy slippers that little creatures are sleeping in. There's something cooking on the fire in the cauldron. And there's a light for lighting a candle. Okay, that's beautiful. Bliss. I'll check out the meaning, the story behind that in a moment after I get the rest of the cards out, okay? Major Arcana, please. Archangel Michael, that goes along with our significator card, Bliss, for Aquarius, please. That's the one. We have Wheel of Fortune. Well, Bliss and Wheel of Fortune, that's beautiful. Okay, so it says here, the future will yield an opportunity to change paths towards personal growth and happiness. You must be ready to change your ways of thinking. Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Changing their ways of thinking. Be ready to do that. Okay, let's clarify, please, Archangel Michael. The Wheel of Fortune. The King of Pentacles. Okay. The King of Pentacles, that is a fortunate fellow there, masculine energy. You could be a woman in the masculine energy of the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is slightly more, whatever, you know, abundant or slightly more evolved than the Queen of Pentacles. Just, you know, if you imagine when this, when tarot was created, I don't even know how long ago. Several hundred years ago, if not longer. Well, you know, most of our existence on this planet anyways has been largely paternal, right? Paternally driven, paternally, you know, controlled. So masculine energy. That's why the king would be slightly more evolved than the queen. But make no mistake, the queen is highly evolved as well. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune, then we have Bliss. That's just like truly beautiful. Okay, great energy, Aquarius. Great energy. Let's get a wild unknown character here. We have the shark. Wow. Shark is like the pretty much the apex predator of the sea, right? It is the one that controls the sea. Well, life in it, as we know. So let's find out what Bliss is, and then we'll look at the shark. Bliss is one of the most crumb-lush things about this cottage is a reverence to its past occupants of all shapes and sizes, not merely magical hares such as myself. Everywhere you look, you'll see signs and artifacts left behind by previous residents. Old wands, walking sticks, chewed shelves, and worn rugs. Shape marked from contentedly sleeping creatures. But it is the cottage slippers that I find most crumb-lush of all. That's those ones there. Pointy ones. Indeed, there's nothing more spectacular than sliding my aching hare's feet into them after a long day pit-patting through Winchet Dale. Knowing so many of my long-eared predecessors have experienced just this same crumb-lush bliss. But as you'll have realized, these are no ordinary slivers, steeped in the very same magic of the ancient cottage they reside in, alive and very much part of its intentions. As such, expect the unexpected. Allow me to explain. Some even ups on returning. Some even ups on returning. Both slippers will rush from the fireside to greet me, as if worn by an invisible creature. No sooner have I put them on than I feel them walking me to my waiting armchair, gently wrapping themselves tight and snug around my weary feet. It is, of course, quite the most crumlush feeling, the cares, worries, and glop-ups of the day seemingly drifting away to join the smoke rising up the chimney. All in that moment, it is utterly sestaculous. Sometimes there will be a knock at the door, but instead of letting me go to open it, my slippers become as heavy as boulders, forbidding me to rise, somehow knowing that whatever it is can wait for another day. I need my rest, and they ensure I have it. And if I drop off in front of the fire, they'll walk me upstairs to my waiting bed without waking me once. Like I say, quite sestaculously magical slippers. However, it wasn't always like this. As a young magical hare, I was always finding myself too much to do at the end of the day, returning to the cottage to spend hours in my potionary, the slippers quite unfairly ignored. And then I learned a truly valuable lesson: to allow bliss into my life. My chores could wait, and more to the point, I deserved to feel the warming hug of my magical slippers. Furthermore, I also discovered that any work I had to do was done far quicker and better the following day after resting. So these days, I willingly allow bliss to find me, gratefully welcoming it into my life, and knowing in those crumlush moments that I am truly home. Seek out precious moments of bliss, even if it's as simple as a cozy pair of crumlush slippers. Cute. Beautiful. So it goes in with this message here. The future will yield an opportunity to change path towards personal growth and happiness. You must be ready to change your ways of thinking. So you have to be ready to allow yourself to rest, to allow yourself to be happy, allow yourself to relax whenever you have the opportunity, and even make time for it if you hadn't had the opportunity yet. Okay, so let's have a look at Shark and the King of Pentacles. You know, he's not one to be wearing crumlush slippers, magical hair slippers. He's not one to do that. And that's perhaps what the message is here for you, is that you are a hard worker, King of Pentacles energy. Hard worker? Yes, you definitely are a hard worker. You can be like this in the realm of the on land realm, the ground, on the ground. Not as opposed to being in the ocean, right? On ground, you are very firma, terra firma. Firma terra, however you say it, terra firma, focused on earthly matters, earthly things, earthly forms, so any kind of preciousness that comes in a form, like finances, money, relationships, work, anything that has to do with the 3D world, the 3D realm, is where the King of Pentacles is focused. Not really leaving much time. Well, the King has come to realize that there's more than just the 3D. They're balanced, right? The kings and queens are balanced. So they're coming into that realization that there must be time for all things unseen as well as that which you can see, taste, touch, and smell, and so forth and so on. So there has to be a balance, and the King comes into that realization. Well, let's say as a page or as a knight, you come into that realization that there has to be balance between what your quality is, which is it's pentacles, right? It's being abundant and prosperous. That's your quality. Hard work to make abundance and prosperity for yourself. There's definitely a balance where it has to be they say 6 parts this, 4 parts that. This has got to be like 4 parts physical focus, as well as 4 parts, equal parts of realizing that the unseen is just as much needed to have focus on as well, in order to be balanced. And it's balance. The tarot is all about finding that balance when there are imbalances. So the shark energy here is directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves. There's that totally ourselves, you know, that 50%, 50-50 of being a physical human and then being 50% spiritual. That which we cannot see, taste, touch, and smell, so forth and so on. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When you're in balance, it's intriguing energy, captivating energy, and mysterious. When out of balance, it's sneaky and destructive. To bring into balance, there's honesty is needed. Being honest with yourself for the most part, right? Being honest with yourself that you need to have more, you need to acknowledge more than just what the world presents to you or offers you. That there's more to you, being honest about that there's more to you than just your physical body and the effect you have on the physical world. There's more to it than that. So any kind of successful or happy effect you have on your world, your own personal world, is as a result as well, not only of your efforts, you know, your focus and efforts, but it's also the result of what your spirit wants you to experience as well. So it's not just solely physical effects. It's definitely has this spiritual undertone to it. Yeah. Honesty. Being honest about what's going on in your life right now. Being honest with yourself, or being honest with someone else, or both. Let's see, Aquarius. What do we have to say, Archangel Michael? Thank you for those messages. Okay. We have classic tobacco, which is 3 of pleasures, and that pleasures is, I think it's the wands, 3 of wands, okay? Looking across the horizon, trying to, you know, achieve goals that are on your horizon, being prepared for that, to moving forward towards them. Here's the bicycle that moves you, 6 of pleasures. So this is 6 of wands. It says, the oldest bicycle shop in town. Enjoy your life with bicycle. Bicycle's premium quality. So 6 of pleasures, 6 of wands, 3 of wands, and 6 of wands. So pleasure again, just like having those crumb lush slippers on and taking time. Like the slippers for this hair would not allow him to answer the door, right? When someone came knocking. And if he fell asleep in front of the fire, his slippers would walk him up the stairs to his bedroom without him even knowing it. So it's like spirit in the slipper, the magic, right? The spirit in the slippers, the spirit of the slippers knows better than the hair, magical hair knows. So it kind of dictates the terms of where the hair spends its time and energy, and the hair allows it because the hair trusts it. So then we have the King of Pleasures. Oh my goodness, It's the King of Wands. Wow. Huh. With the bubblegum, Ace of Meals, that's the Ace of Pentacles. Geez, you got some really great energy here. Holy smokes, Aquarius. What are you doing? Please let me know. And then we have the Bakery with the Emperor. Holy smokes. Emperor energy. And the Three of, what have we got here? The Empress. Oh my goodness. Then you get the Empress energy right there. Sheesh. Holy smokes. Okay, I shuffled these. I pre-shuffled. And you see me shuffling. Page of Meals. That's a page of, what do you call it? Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Gee whiz. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Meals. Whew, opportunities. Gone fishing. The Hermit. Hermit's gone fishing. Maybe to try and figure out what's next opportunity, what next thing you should get yourself involved in with the Seven of Pentacles. No, that's the Seven of Cups. This is the Seven of Pentacles, pardon me. So needing to go into, you know, seeking that spiritual guidance, the understanding of what your purpose is, because this is building a legacy. You're building towards it with the Seven of Pentacles, and there's the 8 and the 9 and then the 10 of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is very much focused on that. But the King of Pentacles, being as prosperous, as abundant as he is, he may be in the energy where it comes and then it goes. Comes and it goes. Always constantly bringing the wealth in. But it goes out. It comes in, goes out. Comes in, goes out. So they're trying to, the King of Pentacles, trying to build up the legacy here with the Seven of Pentacles. Maybe needing to look at all that they have, you know, have grown. You remember the tree or the crop, right? And the Seven of Pentacles. Looking at that. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is the Seven of Pentacles. It's like the Eight of Pentacles, needing to work hard to allow time for, you know, that inner focus, the spirit, to help guide you so that you reach your potential, your highest potential of having that legacy wealth with the Wheel of Fortune. Legacy wealth. So near future, we've got the Hangman. Okay, that's Spirit's way of trying to help you see things that you need to see that you hadn't been seeing before. Traveling the world with the Nine of Pleasures. So that's the Nine of Wands. Three of Drinks is the Three of Cups. And then we have the World card. And the Seven of Wands. And the Sun. Seven of Tools, Seven of Swords, that's Seven of Swords. So Seven of Pleasures is the Seven of Wands. That's putting up some healthy boundaries. And then the Sun is happiness, of course. It's happiness and enlightenment. It's happiness in all things. The Sun card basically exemplifies what the journey is all about. It's not about pentacles. It's not about pleasures. It's not about just love. It's not about the other thing. Swords, speaking your truth. It is about all in combination, but it also has to be the enlightenment part, which is the realizing that there's a very important part of you who you need to allow them, the Spirit, to guide your steps. And you're doing that here. Allowing Spirit to guide your steps. So it looks really good, Aquarius. You have goals. Like, tell me what King of Pentacles does not have a goal in this world, right? They always want to achieve something. You have a goal, and you're preparing yourself, or you're going towards it already. And because you want victory and success, in which King of Pentacles does not want victory and success, of course you do. You're on the Wheel of Fortune. spinning this way with building up Dharma. That's all the great energy. You are on the golf course with the King of Pleasures, the King of Wands. So you are actually, Aquarius, allowing yourself to take action to move towards the Ace of Pentacles energy, which is great big. Like you must not feel as though you have enough. And the divine is saying you have great big blessings of prosperity and abundance here. This is your path, because you've kinged yourself here and you've kinged yourself here. You decided that you are going to work hard, be a hard worker, someone that can be relied on, someone who you can go to, someone who you can be sought after for advice. You know your stuff, right? Hard worker, committed, dedicated, and all that sort of stuff. Maybe a great spouse if you're married, a great partner if you're not, a great father, you know. But you're also the type of person who's in the energy of the King of Wands, where you say, you know, nothing holds me down, not for very long. I always get back up after I fall, always, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep dusting myself off, keep moving forward, because I have this brand new path before me now that the divine has offered up, that is all about great big blessings of prosperity and abundance. And again, what King of Pentacles doesn't want prosperity and abundance? So then you then step into your Emperor energy right here, and you will be actually balancing yourself quite nicely out with the Empress energy, and or you have met somebody who's going to help you, you know, to partner with you in crime, you know, but partner with you in seeking the best in life that life has to offer. Very much so. So you've got the Emperor and the Empress energy here, making an offer, receiving an offer here that has you looking at what you've got. What can you invest in this? Seven of Pentacles. You're saying, maybe my Empress, maybe maybe I'd like to have more for my Empress. Maybe I'd like to have, or if you're not the Empress, if you're not the Emperor, you're the Empress. So either or, it is, you are going to be working hard to make an offer or receive an offer, either or, again, with what you've got to invest in it. The Seven of Pentacles, you've got a good amount to invest in it, but you're on this great big blessing and prosperity which goes beyond the Seven of Pentacles. All right, but the two together is the Eight of Pentacles, Page, and the Seven. It's Eight of Pentacles, working hard, but also taking that time for the crumb lush slipper time, right? Putting that, and you may be spending that time with your romantic person, your wife. You could be husband and wife right here, or you have stepped into even further evolved energy of the Emperor and have attracted. If you hadn't had a Empress in your life, you're attracting that. You're attracting that energy because of who you've become. Or you're already in energy and they very much see things the way you see things. So you're both kind of on the same page where your energy is at. Because then we have the the Hangman energy, needing time to sacrifice some of your go get 'em with the King of Wands energy, your go get 'em energy. Sacrifice some of that so that you don't end up as like a wounded warrior through this journey. That you are to be able to fight your battles, of course. Fight your battles, overcome your challenges, but still to persevere, to keep going. There's celebration after every challenge that you face and overcome. You find a solution with the Three of Cups, and then the chapter is coming to an end with birthday party, party decorations, invitations, cater servicing. Seven of Pleasures, the Seven of Wands is like, I have graduated, or I have evolved age-wise. I've become wiser because I know how to fight my battles. I know how to do it, but only after a time where I have allowed myself to wear my chrome lush slippers. If you know what I'm talking about, because we read the story. It's time for me, there's time for me every day that I need to wear my chrome lush slippers. I need to find my bliss. I need to acknowledge that time spent in the power, in the power of your energy, the power of your effectiveness, the power of your dominance, right? As an emperor, sitting in, acknowledge the power. And the emperor, when they are emperor and empress, they know when to put on their chrome lush slippers. They do it regularly. Seven of Pleasures, that's like, you have these healthy boundaries. The healthy boundaries in this case, in most particular, is that you need to have boundaries against yourself. Because being a King of Pentacles and the King of Wands energy, not so much the Emperor energy, but the King of Wands, King of Pentacles energy, it's all about working hard and doing. But when you're in, to be able to sit in your energy of bliss and power, acknowledge your power within by going within and with your, while you're wearing your chrome lush slippers, taking that time every day to rest, to let your thoughts go and just be with your inner self. Just be quiet. Sit quietly. Even if you listen to some really relaxing music, something that relaxes you for 15-20 minutes, that would be a really good thing for you to start off doing, most definitely. So that could be another wand, like a boundary that you're going to say, I'm going to not spend any less than 15 minutes a day listening to my favorite music that relaxes me, not like heavy metal. If that's something that's your favorite, that would not be, that you say you relax to that, but I really don't think so, because your brain is responding to it, and your brain is acknowledging the beat and the noise, and it's not a actual relaxation kind of state of alpha. You have the beta, alpha, theta, and delta states of your brain waves, and you want to be in the alpha or theta brain wave states. And when you're listening to, if you were listening to heavy metal music, you're in beta, and that's being totally conscious and engaged with your environment. That is not what we're looking at when we want to go into the Hermit energy and the Hangman energy. You need to have alpha or theta brain waves, not delta, because then you're asleep. But anyways, this is where you're headed in the sun. You're headed to happiness, enlightenment, happiness, and prosperity and abundance, and all good things that the pleasurable things with the King of Wands, prosperous things with experiences with the King of Pentacles, and the empirical experiences, empire, right? Empirical experiences as being the leader and taking charge type of person who is fully, not fully necessarily fully evolved, but they are fully evolved. It's just that you may not stay in that Emperor energy or the Empress energy. You may be coming, like stepping back and forth from being in the Emperor energy, if you're in the Emperor energy, to the King of Pentacles energy. Emperor, King of Pentacles, Emperor, King of Pentacles, that kind of thing. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful to you, but it all looks really, really good for you. I'm so pleased for you. Let me know what your energy is about the Chrome Lush. Let me know. Tell me, do you spend time each day? Are you in that energy do you spend a particular part of your your evening or your morning in your Crumb Lush slippers space, you know, energy. Okay, take care of yourself. Bye for now.